Yes, so I grew up in a very small village in Germany, and in this area where I grew up, the villages are celebrating a tradition which goes back to the medieval times, so which is very old. And I know this tradition from childhood on, but I actually never questioned it. I never questioned why we are doing it, where does it come from, why are we practicing these military roles. Only when I moved away for studies to a bigger city and then came back, I started to question, what are we doing here? Why are we celebrating it? And that's when I started this project and visited a lot of festivals in my home area. And the festivals are mostly the same. They're consisting of different parts, which is like a shooting competition, going to the church, marching through the village, and dances and stuff like that. And it most of the time lasts for 3 days. And these traditions, they are celebrated by clubs. And these clubs in my home area are mostly brotherhoods. That means they do not allow women as members. It's because of their tradition. They say they are brotherhoods and do not allow women as members. And the highlight of these festivals is actually the shooting competition. That's when these marksmen, they are called marksmen, shooting on a wooden bird, and the one who shoots down the bird is elected as the annual king. And every year they have a new king with these shooting competition, and the king also gets a queen and a so-called royal household, and then they are celebrating this. It's 4 men which are dressed in white walking down a river.
Okay.
And I think this picture raises a lot of questions, and this was also a very surprising moment for me because they were actually had to march through the village, and they had an anniversary of someone who was king 50 years ago, and the marksman asked him what he wished for his anniversary, and he said, years ago when there were very hot summers, the people didn't march the end of the way to the marksman hall, they just went through the river to cool down or something. And he just, like a joke, said, I want you to all go through this river. And actually a lot of marksmen just went, instead of marching through the village, they just walked through this river. And